Hello students, good morning to all of you. Students in class 11 physics, from today we will start the new topic and unit 5, that is system of particle and rigid body motion. In the unit 5 we have first chapter 7 by NCERT, that system of particle or rigid body motion, or this is also known as rotational motion. Okay, before we will start the system of particle rigid body motion, we will just recall our previous knowledge as we learn in the previous chapters, that type of motion, because the topic is related to the motion. So how many types of motion which we have discussed earlier. So we have three types of motion and they are further categorized in two types on the basis of the types of particles or body. Okay, so we have first two types of concept of masses. One is point mass and one is mass of body. Okay, so first we understood about the point mass or center of mass, which we learn in the unit 1, that point mass is considered that object or that point having dimensionless, unitless and lengthless. Okay, it is only a point and having a negligible mass, that is known as a point object or a point mass. Second thing, that a body is actually the organized or assembled form of some particles. This is also called system of particles. So we can use the word for a body, that system of particle. Okay, so now come to the point, that types of motion. So we have initially three types of motion. One is linear or rectilinear motion, second is circular motion, and third is oscillatory motion or oscillation. Okay, so linear motion can also be defined as the translatory motion or translational motion. So understood this? Suppose we have a point. This is point mass. Okay, point mass or point object. Okay, and second, some arrangement of points. When we join the arrangement of point by each other, we get this. Okay, it is very clear, understood by all of you. This arrangement of point is called cube. So in our language in physics, we can say system of particle or a body. System of particle or a body. Okay, now first, linear motion. Okay, so when a point is consecuting straight line motion, okay, or when a point is moving along a straight line, is called linear motion. Okay, and second, translatory motion. Translatory motion. For this, when a system of particle is moving along a straight path, its motion is called translatory motion. Clear? Second we have circular motion. So again, when a point revolving around a fixed point, then its motion is called circular motion, while rotatory motion or rotational motion. Okay, this is when a system of particle revolving around a fixed point, then its motion is called rotational motion. Okay, and next is oscillatory motion or third kind of motion. Oscillatory motion. Okay, so what is oscillatory motion? When a point or a bob of simple pendulum is doing or executing the to and fro motion, then its motion is called oscillatory motion. And when, as we know, in solid many particles is revolving or is moving in a random motion, so if the oscillation is too fast, then its motion is termed as vibratory motion. So in the case of arrangement of particle, oscillatory is termed as vibratory motion or vibrational motion. These are the type of motion. Now we understood about another kind of body. Okay, let's say we have a system of particle, this duster, okay, and it is placed on this book. If I apply a force from either side, this side or either this side, see this, if I applied force from this side, okay, or from this side, then what we observe, when we apply the force from our side, which means if I applied a force towards my side, this, so what is observed, that this particle is not moving in a linear motion. Okay, and in other way, if I apply the force in the opposite side, again I find that it will not doing a linear motion. Okay, now if I will apply a force on both the points, both extreme points by the fingers, then this duster is moving on the book in a linear motion. Okay, now there should be a point at the middle of this duster at where I apply the force that able to move this duster in linear motion. So this special point is called the center of mass of the point. So what is the center of mass? The center of mass is a point for a body on which the force applied is distributed equally on the total body, that the body is doing linear motion. Okay, now see, if we have a different kind of body, that is rigid body. So what is rigid body, which is also the part of this chapter. So rigid body is a body whose all particles are moving together after or on applying force on it. Okay, so now we will start this chapter from definition. This is for a rigid body. So a rigid body is a body that can rotates or move rotates or move with all the particles together and without any change in its shape. Okay, so this is a rigid body. We can also say a solid particle or a solid body. Next, what is a system? As we discussed earlier, system of particle in which all the particle is arranged together. Okay, so a collection of any number of particles, important point, a collection of any number of particles interacting with one another or to each other and are under consideration during analysis and situation are said to form a system. Okay, second is internal forces. As you know, the forces which are external or repulsive forces which are need to form the body are called internal forces, which is all forces exerted by various particles of the system on each other are called internal forces. These forces are attractive or repulsive, both kind. Next, external forces. As we discussed by an example, the force applied by a body by the external agency to or on the body to make the body in motion or to able to stop the body which is already in motion. Okay, that is external force to move or stop an object of finite size which have to apply a force on object from outside. These or this force exerted on a given system is called external forces. Okay, note down these definitions. Next, which we discussed, that center of mass. So center of mass can be defined as center of mass of a rigid body is the point where complete mass, important point is total mass of body supposed to concentrated. Okay, and we can also define center of mass as if different forces applied on system of particle can bring about a linear motion or effect. There is a single point, this is important point, there is a single point where applying complete forces will give the same effect. This point or this special point is called center of mass. Okay, now what is the importance of center of mass? Why we are discussing about the center of mass? So the importance of center of mass for making linear motion, okay, force must be applied at this point of center of mass. And in the case of gravitational forces, if the gravitational force is acting on the body, as we discussed in unit 3rd, laws of motion, let we have an object, then we are using that point, and for this W is equal to mg, that is weight of the body or system of particle. This point is called center of gravity. So in the case of gravitational forces act on this point, therefore act on this point which is center of mass, and therefore in this case the center of mass is called center of gravity or simply CG. Okay. And next, the most important part of or importance or significance of center of mass is for different types of calculation need to be converting the total system of particle into a point mass. Very, very most important, that need to converting the total system of particle into point mass. Okay. Note it. Okay. Next we will discuss about the calculation of center of mass. Okay. So we can calculate the center of mass for two way or by using two way. One is center of mass of two particle system, and second center of mass for n particle system. Okay, for this we are using a position vector and Cartesian plane x and y axis, or either x, y and z axis. In the case of one dimension we are using only straight line or any axis. In the case of two dimensional we are using x and y axis. And if the case of motion is three dimensional or for a 3D object, then we consider the Cartesian axis for a space for three dimensional x, y and z axis. Okay, so now how to calculate center of mass, we will start it. For calculation of center of mass, let we have a rod AB which is pivoted about a point O. Okay, this is the point. Okay, now if we apply a force or a body at A having mass m1, just understood first. Okay, having mass m1, then what we observe, the body due to mass m1 is moving downward. As a result, its another point is moving upward. Okay, now here we observe that body is doing a clockwise motion, clockwise rotation. Okay, and for the another case, that A, O, B, the object is placed toward B or along the side B from pivot of the same mass, then we observe due to load the B side is moving downward, and as a result A is moving upward. So we observe this body is rotates about O. 1 minute. In this case it is rotating about anti-clockwise rotation. Okay, and for this case it will doing a clockwise rotation. Okay, now why this rod A and B is doing a rotational motion? Because it is fixed at point O or at pivot. Okay, because of this it will rotate about this point O. Okay, now let the distance of A about O is R1 and the distance of B about O is R2. Okay, and this is a mass body which is rotating about this point. Secondly, point A and B are separated by each other by a distance R. Clear? Similarly here, these are separated by a distance R, and this is radius of A from B, and this is radius of B. This is radius of A about O, and this is radius of B about O, and both the object is rotating about O. So if we take the measurement from A to B, therefore R1 is taken as positive and O to B, because B is rotating about O, so it is in opposite direction, so R2 is taken as negative. This is first and important condition, that the moment of B about O is in opposite direction of moment of A about O. Clear? Now the term which I used here, that moment of mass M about O, this is called moment of mass, or we say moment of center of mass. Clear? So moment of A about O, moment of A about O is M R1. Okay, M1 R1, and let's say here one object having mass 2, in which M1 is greater than M2. For this case, moment of B about O is M2 R2. Or how we calculate it? Mass M1 and radius of rotation is OA, and here mass M2 and radius of rotation B about O is OB. Okay, this we get the moments. Okay, now if we discuss about the total rod about rotation about point O. Okay, therefore let O is the center of mass of the rod AB. If O is center of mass, point of center of mass of rod AB. Okay, therefore total mass is m1 plus m2. This we termed as summation of masses and equal to capital M. Okay, and total distance of rotation, rotation about O is R1 plus R2 is equal to capital R, or summation of R is that we used here R. Okay, this. Therefore, calculation of center of mass. Calculation of CM is M1 R1 plus M2 R2. Okay, this is the condition. Okay, now what is this center of mass? Center of mass is for these two, that is M into R is equal to M1 R1 plus M2 R2. Therefore, if this small r is radius of center of mass, therefore RCM is equal to M1 R1 plus M2 R2 is M1 plus M2 or M1 R1 M2 R2 upon M, and this is this. This is the calculation of center of mass. Now in the next lecture we will discuss about center of mass of two particle system in Cartesian form. Okay, note it. And this is the actual meaning of the moment of center of mass which we used in calculation of center of mass. Moment of center of mass is product of mass and the radius of rotation. Okay, and secondly, if there is a force is applied at A, then that due to that force this rod is revolving. So we say moment of force if there should be a particle which is in motion having initial momentum and the particle is moving. Particle is, let's an example, a wheel of car or bicycle. Then when they are in motion, then it is doing linear motion and at the same time rolling motion. And if we discussed about the one wheel, therefore that one wheel is revolving about its axis is termed as moment of momentum. Okay, thank you.